As we roll back in from our summer breaks, we've been talking about sports that you can take up. It's kind of those New Year resolutions, right? We all talk about what we can do, the new year, new me. What are things that you can do to add something to your life? If you listen to this, you know how big sport can be in that, and it can give you a sense of well-being. Getting out there, having a bit of fun, hanging out with mates, meeting new mates, whatever it is. And the sport that we're looking at today for that one is disc golf. And we're joined by the Outreach Director of New Zealand Disc Golf in Kelvin Cummings. Really appreciate your time on the show this morning, Kelvin. How is the sport going in this country right now? Numbers-wise, participation, places you can play?
Well, disc golf in New Zealand is kind of continuously evolving. Ever since that whole COVID boom that happened, disc golf was one of the only sports where you could actually get out there and throw with that whole social distancing and things. And from there, a whole pile of people got, a love or a passion for the game. I mean, like at the end of the day, effectively you're just playing frisbee, but still with all of that sports content of just regular old golf. So with all of that in mind, it introduced a huge number of New Zealanders to the sport, which had already had a little bit of a following prior to that, and it's just continuing to develop and grow throughout the clubs and leagues and tournaments throughout the country.
Many of us would have been on beaches and in parks around the country over this holiday period, chucking the frisbee around, and some of us thinking we're hot stuff at it along the way. What does it take? What kind of skills, fitness or otherwise, to be able to enjoy yourself in a game of disc golf?
Well, I suppose more than anything else, you're looking at endurance, just like a regular old game of golf, being able to stick out a long number of holes and things. As far as the setup of a sport, it's one of the easiest sports to get yourself into. Yes, you can buy yourself a frisbee from pretty much any old sporting store, but we'd really recommend anybody to do a little bit of investigation and stuff and actually pick up disc golf sets. You can get starter packs from the likes of Rebel Sports, Torpedo 7, and honestly, dozens and dozens and dozens of sports stores throughout the country and stuff, and even online specific stores for disc golf where they have your putters, your mid-ranges, and your distance drivers and stuff, and they're all tapered differently so that they fly further distances or fly more accurate, go left, go right, do whatever it is required from you as a player.
Kelvin, I've seen disc golf sort of obviously set up at Nelson, right next to the cricket ground there at Saxon Oval. I'm in the beautiful Mount Maunganui. How do I go about finding where do I go to go and play or do it, or how do you start to get involved with a bunch of mates?
Excellent question. We've got well over 100 disc golf courses throughout the country. They're all easily found on an app or a website called UDisc, which is free to use for anybody. And GPS is your closest locations, even does all the scoring and things for you, can hook you up with whoever happens to be a local club director within that particular area there. Once you get to those particular courses, as you said, the one in Nelson, but I'm in Dunedin, we've got 2 or 3 which are nice and local to us straight away. It's free to play. As long as you've got something to throw at those baskets and stuff, you go to your tee pad, have a bit of chuck along with your mates or whomever, and then just carry on from there. It's honestly one of the most inclusive, friendly sort of sports that I've ever been involved in, and I've had affiliations with a number of different sports, and this one is one of those sports there where it's really, really hard to walk away from a round not feeling as if you've achieved something. Even if you've had a shocking round on the scorecard, there's always that one flight at least that just goes the distance. It's awesome.
We had text through from one of our listeners, Coben from Manawatu. He's been playing for a year and a half and absolutely loving it. It's basically as serious as you want it to get, right? There's you can, as you say, you can grab something and have a crack, or you can get yourself a kit of discs like you would with golf, making sure you've got your favourite ones for different distances and the like. So it's because we always want to make sure that people can have fun, but also it's a sport that you can evolve with, you can take places, and as well it can lead to chances for representative as well.
Oh, well and truly, we've got, as I mentioned, the the most basic sort of setup would be being able to have at least one disc to be able to throw from one place to another. But more often than not, people start off with a starter set with that, they put a mid-range or a driver, whatever it happens to be. And I'm more than happy to provide you guys some links to be able to upload that. Me personally, I started off as somebody who just, I've always been competitive at my core. So when I had all my mates out and stuff like that, I was, wanting to make sure that I was one-upping them in some way, shape or other. And from there, once I started getting better at shaping the particular discs that I had, and my game continued to evolve, because you start off thinking that you're not throwing it nearly as far as what you would. Ended up buying more discs from those websites like NZDSS, Vortica, Disc Shop, and a whole pile of others, where my bag now contains on the rig about 20 different discs, which all go in different directions and shapes and stuff, to be able to arm me for the course. When I'm doing my tournaments, I've got a cart that carries at least 30 discs and stuff if I wanted to, plus all of the other essentials and stuff that I need. So it really is one of those sports there where you can take it as seriously or as goofy as you want. I'm regularly going to the courses here, and I'll often see fresh faces, which is exciting. A lot of the time it's the families getting together. A perfect opportunity for dad to be able to have one of those moments there, to be able to hang out with their kids or whatever it happens to be. There was a story that I was told from one of the guys up there in Christchurch, saying that one of his one of the courses that they were having a bit of a play on, the guy was on home D and he had the ability to be able to go out to this course, which was really close to his home, and it was an opportunity for him to be able to finally connect with his family. So it's just one of those sports that is, it's just got so many feel-good factors to it. You've got opportunities for people to be able to connect with people who are like-minded, or equally, if they are competitive or non-competitive, just go out there and have a little bit of a play, a little bit of a toss around of the disc.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's if you're good enough, you're old enough, and you can give a bit of fun. So Wags here, for example, used to spending plenty of time in the field, grabbing a cricket ball and chucking it back into the stumps. What are the sports that may be, if you played or got a bit of history in, may be advantageous skills to take into a sport like disc golf?
I'd argue that any small ball skills, you've got that targeting sort of mentality, so there's a definite element of that. In golf, there's a lot of the rules of regular ball golf coincide with ours there about, the lie and OBs and things like that. Ultimate Frisbee, I know that there's a few people who use the skills from being able to release the disc there. I would bring that over. But you don't have to have those skills. You honestly, if it's kind of instinctive in our nature to be able to have something in our hand and toss it the distance and stuff. You see toddlers do it. So there's no limitations to anybody being able to go out there and be able to have a play, which is awesome. It means that when you've got school groups, for example, like I work with a few school groups there and run a school league, it means that I've got kids who are 5 who are smashing distances and stuff that are equivalent to some of the 10-year-olds and the 10-year-olds are able to smash out to some of the ones who would be in adult leagues and things like that. It's awesome, and just the matter of being able to go out there and be able to hone in with the discs that you've got, and the more you throw it, the better you're going to be. Just like the more you do your backyard cricket and stuff like that, you're going to get better at that. Same applies to disc golf there as well.
Kelvin Cummings from New Zealand Disc Golf. Appreciate your time today and insight. And what's that website? People want to look out where the closest places are to them.
So the website that I was pointing you guys to was udisc, so udisc.com, so udisc.com. Or if you wanted to find out any more information about any of the clubs and other various things about the place, you can contact us here at nzdg.org.nz. We'd be more than happy to be able to help anybody out.
Good on you, Kelvin. Appreciate your time, and go well. Hope it's another big year for disc golf.
Excellent. Appreciate the time.